While everyone is out taking advantage of the last bits of snow wheeling before the spring melt-off, myself and the gang once again head out for a desolate high desert adventure. There's something about these old mining trails that run deep into the desert backcountry that really take my interest. There's only a small window of nice weather to see these areas before the sun scorches this land. With gold on my mind, Wickenburg was the perfect place to get in some prospecting, overland camping, and a good bit of technical four-wheel drive action. Join me as we climb into the old mining areas of the Wickenburg and Bradshaw mountain range. My name is Cody, and you're watching another episode of the White Dog Overland Experience. Kyle and I had reached the town of Wickenburg with plenty of daylight left. After a quick fuel top-off, we were on dirt, inbound for an area known for its gold production, a perfect spot to bust out the metal detector before the sun went down. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another one.
Got through it. I was like, okay.
Right when I hit the outer edges, company sent me this for free.
Really?
As a sponsor. I'm gonna have to take y'all through this case as part of my sponsorship. But it's called Mellocron. I'd never buy one of these, but
Wow.
it's pretty cool. All right. Going to grab my pick, my prospector scoop, and we're gonna head up this little gully. I'm gonna power this up. This is a MineLab Equinox 800. Shout out to Brian for letting me borrow it. I've yet to purchase one because these are quite expensive, but he let me take it out for the weekend, so we'll see how it does. Definitely a target. Grab this pig. See how close the bedrock is. Well, we worked this whole gully all the way down to that main wash, and then the one on the other side. So we're kind of working up this hillside into the next gully over, and we'll try to see if there's anything in there. If there's not, we'll call it a day. But we've been working on this one for a while, and I am getting a reading here and there, but it's just not jumping out. All right, well, I'm gonna put up the detector for the night. We ran into a bit of a bust, so there was a claim on top of that hill we were working, but there's obviously no gold that I could find down in the little gullies. So we're gonna get camp mode engaged, and then tomorrow we're gonna head up to possibly a little more promising spot. Rather than taking the shortcut on Constellation Road up to a wash I was interested in prospecting, I decided to take us up an unmarked trail that would climb up towards an area that was heavily mined 100 years ago. Alright, we came up here to check out this mine because I could not find it on my claims map. And I was curious what they were mining. This is way up here. I mean, Wickenburg is way out that way. Phoenix is way over that way. But we are way up on top of this mountain, and I think we're just keeping the same pace and climbing higher. We're about halfway to our destination, kind of prospecting on the app here. There's a really cool app called the Diggings. It takes all the USGS information and compiles it into an interactive map, so you can check out, you know, what claims you're near, if they're active, they're closed. But this is clearly a deep hole, very deep. We just hit the end of the wash. Not really certain. That road looks like it goes up that way. There's a gold occurrence up here. There's a couple gold mines up that way. Half tempted to park here and just kind of work this wash up, because I mean, obviously this has new flow. There are boot tracks through here, so someone obviously could have been detecting, but this is pretty prime. I don't see any digging, which is a good sign. Oh, yep, we got our first hole. Someone has worked this. But who knows? I guess maybe we'll just keep pushing up this little creek here and see if we find anything else. Check some of these gullies rather than just this main open wash. Huh. I have 2 targets. If I find something, I'll check back. It's a big target. Unfortunately, just a very old piece of tin. A lot of work for a lot of nothing.
Right.
It's kind of how this prospecting seems to be. Well, dug a pretty deep one for a pretty serious target. It's this old horseshoe, which is actually kind of badass. Way out in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Someone lost a shoe. Well, we were getting ready to go get camp made, but I've really done it. I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to avoid that big rock. I've really got myself hung up here. That is the biggest problem. That's kind of holding up on my frame. So Kyle's bringing the high lift over. We're just gonna jack this side up, stuff a bunch of rocks under there, and hopefully get out of here. Well, we ended up pulling out the high lift. Thank God Kyle had one. I just recently took mine off, but Yeah, this was dumb. This is embarrassing. I was really hung up on that right there by like 2 inches. But we got the high lift up. We stacked a bunch of rocks under it. Should have recorded that, but it is what it is. At least we're out. Got a pretty good target right there. This canyon is sweet. Kyle just said he saw some mountain lion tracks up ahead. Man, dude, this is a really cool canyon. That's pretty. Well, we found a total of 122 casing, 308 casing. What else? Bunch of lead, found a nail. So that sun is going away, so we're gonna go back and get camp set up. This place is kind of trash.
It is.
Morning.
Morning.
I'm gonna put the camera in your face very early.
Sick.
Get it out of the way. Bailey came really late last night. God, I look really haggard. Man, I don't look good. I'm gonna take myself off the camera. What's up, little dog? Oh yeah. Yeah, your fridge broke. That sucks. What's your deal?
Wow. What do you think?
Bummed about your fridge.
Really?
She likes you this morning.
No, she didn't like me last night.
Not at all.
So we camped in this wash last night, but I don't know how we missed this. There's an old building. Yeah, I think this is it. This is old. It's called Sayre Springs Stage Stop. It was built in 1908 as a little stage stop, mail office for Constellation. They tried to call this the little town of Sayre. Bring in all sorts of stuff for all the miners up here, but yeah, it's still marked Sayre Springs. I don't know how we missed this, but it only lasted about 20 years. The guy who built it, George Sayre, was cracking into one of the shipments and it exploded and like blew his arm off or something, so it didn't last too much long after it started. But this is it, and there's just mines all over these rocks. Oh, this is the spring. I read that, yeah, it was up above the mountain. Lots of animals coming in here. Don't drink that. Wickenburg is the oldest town north of Tucson and the 5th oldest in Arizona. It was founded in 1863 and endured hardship from the Apache Wars, drought, and mine closures. By 1873, the town had a boom of copper, gold, and silver, and by 1895, the railroad had arrived, bringing in droves of miners. Henry Wickenburg came to the area in 1863 in search of gold, and eventually he would be rewarded by his discoveries, and one of the largest gold-producing mines in Arizona would be created, the Vulture Mine, extracting over 360,000 ounces of gold. Even today, prospectors from all over the state come here in search of whatever the old-timers missed in these hills. But in present time, it's better known for its cowboys, being the roping capital of Arizona. I've yet to explore an area of the state with so many remnants of mining ventures from centuries ago. It was pretty obvious at one point this desert landscape was booming with settlers. Well, I have really been working this one way up the side of this hillside. The boys went somewhere off to the right there. But I've got a nice, it was a quiet target. But the further I plastered this out, the louder it's getting, and I like the noise. I like the way this hillside's kind of collapsed in, so we'll see. Well, I am just not finding anything, having no luck, spending a lot of time on just ghost targets, so me and this dog are gonna head out of here. This canyon is really pretty though. I mean, that behind us, and I'm just hiking way up, normally where I'd never go, so this gold prospecting with the metal detectors, kind of like gambling. It's more of a win-win. You're at least getting out into cool places you would normally never see with your dog, so I'll take it for what it is. The Apaches referred to the Hassayampa River as the Upside Down River due to its underground flow most of the year. In 1886, a project was constructed to dam the river to facilitate more gold mining production. By 1890, the dam would face a crucial failure. 4 billion gallons of water put a strain on the partially constructed dam and its walls would burst. The flood instantly swept away 50 miners working a few miles below it and would continue to take more lives in its path, wiping out settlements and eventually arriving in Wickenburg. This is a wonderful little camp spot right here, right on the Hassayampa Creek, which is flowing nice. Bailey's already got his pan in the water, so I think I'm gonna get this truck unpacked and put the sluice box in and see if we can find anything on top.
Like a 250 SX 3-wheeler, I think it is.
2 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Took a poop, worked the metal detector all of this side.
Really?
Didn't find anything. Morning.
Okay, now go reverse.
Well, second time I beached the whale this trip. Kind of embarrassing, but if we don't have Brian, someone's got to do it.
Someone walk across.
Quite the hole. I guess I can extend this. Yeah, that's one hell of a hole here. Alright, we have made it back onto the Sidewinder Trail. That's what we came in off of yesterday. I just recorded that little stretch. It took us about 30 minutes to get out from the point I got stuck. So very slow going, and it was only like 1.2 miles, so very slow canyon. We are going to continue working up this Sidewinder Trail. We're moving like northeast sort of now. The road is better on this trail than the one into the canyon, that's for sure. It's still very slow. I mean, we're gonna be in 4 high all day, so kind of looking forward to it, but finally actually getting some wheeling in these last couple trips, and God, it's refreshing to actually get into technical stuff and beat the truck up a little bit. Working our way towards the foothills of the Bradshaw Mountains, the road would only become more degraded as we made our descent from 4,000 feet back to around 2,500. After not seeing a single person on this entire stretch of road for 2 days, it was pretty obvious the Sidewinder Trail is not often traveled. I'm starting to realize the more technical of a road, the less occurrence of side-by-sides, something I need to keep in mind for future trip planning. This would not be the case as we made our way closer to the Phoenix Valley. Yeah.
Not a bad spot.
Great spot. No, good spot, dude. I dig it a lot. Except for that house over there, but that was a long day of wheeling. That was literally all day, so we're kind of just ready to hang out. We got a little too far south. straddling along the Hell's Gate Wilderness. We got really close to the valley. I mean, it's just right over that way. So lots of traffic in here, lots of side-by-sides. It is the last day of pig season, so there's a lot of hunters out here, but at least we found a good spot before the sun went down. Well, if you thought I was done detecting for the trip, you'd only be fooling yourself. I was looking on the map on the way up here. There's an abandoned mine over there. Primary was gold, so while these guys are doing their camp situation, I'm just gonna get after it really quick, work this goalie right here, see if I can find anything. This is just essentially about a game of persistence, so I have to be persistent and just try to get her done and see what I find. But I had a pretty good target. I don't. I think I'm just chasing this whole layer of really ironized rock, so dug a pretty deep hole, but dog's down there sleeping. I think it's time to go get camp set up. Don't see those very often.
Wow. It was a Toyota axle, but you know, it was a mini truck, straight axle like
Did you get scared about the gate and turn around? You know, I've met some really cool razor people. You're not all bad. I thought we could get out of this wash and avoid y'all, but God, when I just see those lit up saber whips and flashy lights and obnoxious pop country music, it really just makes me want to throw my GoPro into a ditch.
exactly. Drain the air box, pull the plug, throw the plug back in. You're good to go.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
Fuck. Fuck. I think I'm in there.
I still gotta grab my sleeping bag and pillow.